this is the Blender interface. You can observe on the screen. This is the software of the Blender. You can observe the cube here, and the one is the light, and one is the cube, and one is the camera. Now itself I am removing the light and camera. Then after, this is the cube with some of the dimensions you want to see here. You can observe on the x-axis 2 meter, and the y-axis is 2 meter, and the z-axis 2 meter. This is the default cube. After deleting this also, you can create the cube by pressing on the Shift A and go into the mesh and click on the cube. Different types of objects are available on the screen. You can observe on the add menu, and you can observe this is the cube. I want to place the x-axis and the y-axis. This is the cursor here. You can observe on the middle. Without disturbing this cursor, how to move this cube, I will show you. For example, this is the cube. I want to move this cube and select the cube here now, and this is the object mode and the edit mode. I will explain the total tutorial with these two modes. One is the object mode and edit mode. I will show with the example also. This is the cube created. You can observe this is the cube. Select the cube here, then it is highlighted. You can observe on the screen, and go into the object mode. We are on the object mode here, and go into the edit mode here. You can observe here in edit mode this tree type with text and the edges and the faces. These three are important. I will show the features in next tutorials, and you can observe all the vertices are selected here. By pressing on the G key, it will move. You can observe. You can adjust the cube in any position by pressing on the x-axis, X key, by pressing on the Y key, by pressing on the Z key. You can observe. You can change the position by using the control key. You can snap it on the exact to the cursor by using the control, by pressing on the G, then after X or Y or Z, then clicking on the control key, it can adjust. And go into the object mode again. You can observe the cube is there. You can also scale this. You can see the cursor is on the same position. If you are scaling by pressing on the S key, S is the shortcut for the scaling. You can also scale like this by using the scale key. This is the basic tools on the object mode and edit mode, some of the tools. And I want to create the panel window here and create the one of the block. How to increase this? For example, you want to increase these dimensions of the cube, and select the cube again. You can observe on the object mode only, and there I'm going to the item here. You can observe on the sidebar. You can observe the item in the dimensions were 2 meter is there. I want to increase the x-axis to, for example, 6 meter. You can observe I increase it to 6 meter here, and clicking on the Y direction, and I'm increasing the Y direction to 4 meter. The cursor is on the center only. You can observe. And Z is nothing but a height of the cube. I'm giving the 3 meter height. You can see like this. You can increase the cube dimensions here by using the scale. You can increase the scales. You can also give the rotation. You can also give the location. I will show the features in my next. You can observe one of the cube is created. You can observe. Next, you want to develop the windows. Next, this is the one of the cube, and I want to go into the object mode to edit mode by selecting the cube and go into the edit mode here. After selecting the edit mode, here you can observe the vertex and the edge and the face. Select the face option and select this face and click on X key or delete key. You can observe after pressing the delete or X key, you can observe the faces here and click on the face. What are the you want to remove, that face will remove exactly on the cube. You can observe like this. You can create the shape of the cube. I can observe then after I want to create the panel window, for example window, I will show you. Before that I will show by pressing on the Shift A key, by going to the object mode again and pressing on the Shift A. You can observe by add features. You can observe the mesh here. I add the RK mesh. You can observe the different types of room, door, rail windows, panel window, cabinet, shelves, column, stage, roof, different types of windows are available. You can observe some of the features in Blender only without adding any of the add-on. You can observe here go into the edit, go into the preferences. After go into the preferences, go into the add-ons and give the mesh here and select you can observe the add mesh argument. Select this and click on these 3, save and load and save preferences. Then go on to the Shift A. You can observe the Archimesh is there. Like this you can add on the Archimesh. How to create the window here. For example, this is actually we are in the object mode, and again select the cube and go into the edit mode and select here. First we created the faces. Now I want to explain with the edge. Select the edge and select this edge. It is highlighted on the white color, you can observe, and you want to change this cursor to exact location to the edge. How to? By using the Shift S key, and you can observe the different types of selection to cursor, offset, different types of by using the shortcut keys 2, and I am selecting the Shift S and click on the cursor to select it. The cursor is exactly to the position to the center of the edge. Now what to do? Go into the Shift A and first go into the object mode and Shift A, go into the mesh, Archimesh, and give the panel window. See, after clicking on the panel window is created successfully, and you can increase the height with respect to the cube. Now how to increase this I will show you. You want to increase the dimensions or decrease the dimensions, and you want to distract the shape of this object. You can observe after creating this, create option is there, and select the create on the Archimesh. You can observe the create on the window panel. What we created, it is already selected. After selecting the window, you can observe that this is the 250 into 200 window, the dimension. Here you can observe the 3 glasses are there, 1, 2, 3. This is the first, second and third. One is large. Want to increase this, it will increase to the, want to increase the height, it will increases the height like this. Then after I want to go to the H count, I want to give to this to 4 numbers and click on the 4. You can also increase this, you can also increase the 4. I want the exact dimensions, we consider as it is 6 meter width. I want to increase the dimensions of this frame. First I am giving the frame to 130, and next one is I am giving to 150 for example, and next one is I'm giving to 150, and next I'm giving 130. The 4 edges it is created. You can observe this, the one glass is parallel to this and it is different from the first one. For to fix this 1 2 3 4, you can observe the here the 3 are there. Like this you can select the all tick marks to the all the objects. It will appear same without any difference. The glasses will create like this by clicking on this. I want to increase this height to 250, and it again I want to increase to 290 meter, and you can observe this is the exact dimension I created. You can also by clicking on the one is the view. By clicking on the 173 on the view modes, you can see this. By clicking on the 1 key and ticking on the Z option, you can observe the solid model, rendered model and material preview. This is on the solid. Go into the wireframe. You can see the it is correct or not. You can also move by using the G key, what I explained before, and clicking on the again Z and go into the solid. It is okay. Like this you can create. You want to see the inside of the halo. You can observe that this is the X-ray mode is there. The toggle the X-ray by clicking on the Alt Z. You can see the inside of the shape. You can also give the different types of previews are there. You can observe on the screen. One, and toggle the X-ray mode and go into the solid option. Like this you can create the one of the cube, one of the horizontal type of modern panel window is created. One of the cube is created in this. And next I want to go with the another on the first floor only. You can observe by selecting on the cube and go into the edit mode and select the edge. After select same process and select the edge and go into the shift S, cursor to selected, and go into the object mode and the shift A, clicking on the cube. I want to adjust this cube by pressing on the 1. After pressing on the 1, I'm going to the edit mode, clicking on G, and want to click on the x-axis. By using the control key, I'm adjusted to the exact position and go into the object mode and select the G and clicking on the Y. On the Z axis by using the control exactly to the location. You can observe is the cube, same block of cube. You can observe the what created before, that is the same dimension. Then after increase the dimensions of the cube again. After that what to do, on the x-axis there, want to increase the y-axis whose position to, for example I am giving to 4 meter here, and next I want to create the to 3 meter on the x position. To give only 2 meter. Created only 2 meter here and the 4 meter, and the Z axis is kept as constant. I will increase later. I want to give this for to extrude. What to do I will show you. And after creating the cube and go into the Z and the wireframe and go into the 1. You want to extrude this, click on the edit mode and select the vertices here and give the extrude option and give, this is the total height is already, this is 2 meter is there, I'm increasing this to 1 meter. Why this is I'm doing, you should understand. Next, see the full tutorial. You can observe I created this and go into the edit mode and go into the again Z, go into the solid. You can create this by using the Control R also. By using the Control R key also, you can give the loops. Now in this I don't want the loop. I can observe cross loops, and you can observe I created like this. Again I want to extrude this. For example, extrude this by pressing on the 3 or 1 key, by using the 7 key and changing the views here. And I want to go into the again Z and the wireframe mode and select these vertices and extrude it to 4 meter again, so that you can observe this, and go into the Z mode and go into the solid. And again go into the Z and the 1, 3, select these vertices, and again I am increasing to extrude, for extrude E, and again on the x-axis, y-axis I am increasing to 4. Then go into the Z, go into the solid. You can observe why created this like this. For example, I don't want to remove these faces on the top, keep it as constant only. I want to remove these below faces, and after create the panel windows here, small panel windows I required. Then only I created like this option to fix. You can create either loops, or you can create by using the extrude, by using the G. By moving the objects, you can create like this, and go into the edit mode and go into the faces and select the face. These 2 faces I want to remove. Click on delete key or X key, click on the delete the faces here. You can increase the faces are deleted. I want like this. For example, I want to delete this face, you can also delete this face like this. And you can create the object. Now I want to create again the panel window, same process, and select the cube by going to the object mode, cube, select the edit mode and select the edge. After selecting the edge, shift S, cursor to selected, and go into the shift A and go into the object mode, and the shift A, go into the mesh or key mesh and go into the panel window. This rotated. How to rotate this I will show you. This is the one of the basic, and you can observe this is on the position. Then after I want to rotate this by clicking on the R key, you can rotate this like this. You can does not rotate, you can observe. First go on to the Z on the wireframe mode and give the axis to the like this, and after selecting this, clicking on the R like this, you can go, and after clicking on the Z, the rotation is possible. Then after clicking on the control for to trace the like this, it is created. And again go into the Z and go into the solid. After creating these on the exact height, you can observe it is on the exact height, and go into the create and give the dimensions give the exact dimensions to what I am giving to 130, and the next one is 110, and go into the 130. See, after increasing this, it is again rotated. You want to fix these windows, and below keep all the tick marks here, and the height is keep it as 190 only. You can observe the 190 only, and you want to rotate this again Z, and the wireframe mode 1/7 key, and clicking on the rotation R, and clicking on the Z key, by using the control fix this. See, on the solid mode it is fixing. If it is, you can see this is somewhat inside, somewhat is. How to fix this? And go into the solid. You can observe on the solid only, give the axis of, can observe the here some of the space is there. In the solid you can observe here the some of the space is there. How to adjust this I will show you. And select the window and give this to 135, and last one give it is to 135. Still there is a some of the giving to 140, and give this to 140. You want to adjust this by clicking on the G, the X position. You can give this, and again I want to give this again 7 key. Can adjust. It is okay to the exact. This is also somewhat to increase to 135, and again to 135, and the R Z control key. It is on the Z position. You want to move this window here only, you can adjust by using the G and the X. On you can observe I am on the edit mode, for example G, Z. Like this you can adjust to here and there, and go into the again object mode. This window is created. You can observe, you can show on the X-ray, and go into the solid or material preview. You can observe this. Again I want to create the window here, and again select the cube and go into the solid mode, cube highlighted, and go into the edit mode and select the edge option, and select the edge, and shift S cursor to selected. Cursor to selected, and go into the object mode, shift A, RK mesh, the panel window. Here the position is okay. Want to rotate. Then after select the panel window and give the exact dimensions what I am assigning to this. I am giving to this to 35, and the 110 35, like this, and give the tick marks to here to fix this windows. You can observe on exact position it is created. Again check on the by using the press the 7, it is turn on. See, all the windows are perfect, and go into the view mode and select the view, and go into the object mode and go into the material preview. You can observe like this. You can create the by using the toggle the X-ray mode on the solid. You can observe this. You can increase the rotations and you can increase the height also by using this, and go into the solid mode again into the X-ray, and you can observe this is created successfully. Like this you can create the, by using the Archi mesh features, you can create in Blender only without installing the add-ons. You can create by using the object mode and edit mode. Different types of modes are there in Blender. Blender is one of the open source software. Different types of texture paints and shading, animations and video editing is also possible in Blender software. Like this you can create the architectural renderings and architectural models, modern houses in Blender also. It works very good. You can observe the this is the panel window. Different types of panel window is created with different dimension. Here one is the panel window, and how to remove this, and how to give the loop, and how to extrude it, and how to increase the cube dimensions. I'll already explained in this tutorial. In next tutorial I want to create the top slab and the top floor. I want to create in next tutorial. See it.
Hi friends, in this video I am going to explain how to create a first floor. Already explained how to create the ground floor in Blender in my previous tutorials. You can check out the previous tutorials in my channel. Here I created the cube and two cubes and the window group 3 here. You can observe on the view. This is the ground floor plan. Then after I want to create the top floor. Before I want to create, you can see this is the first cube and this is the second cube. And first I am selecting the cube here on the object mode, and go into the object mode and go into the edit mode and select the edge, and select this edge and press on Shift S and cursor to selected. Then cursor is placed on the edge at the center. Then after go into the object mode and go into the Shift plus A. After creating the Shift plus A, you can create the mesh and go into the cube. One of the cube is created. Here I want to create the top slab. Then after go into the view by clicking on the one key. Then after select the cube on the object mode and go into the edit mode. Click on the G and select the Z axis, and by using the control key adjust this cube onto the edge. Again go into the object mode and select this and go into the one by pressing on the view and go into the G option. Here I want to give the x-axis and go into the control. Like this you can create the cube here. And after what to do, select the cube and go on to the create. You can observe the item here. You can observe the transform item and give the dimensions to axis 0.2 high. You can observe, and I'm giving the y is 4 meter. You can see what I created on the cube, the dimension I'm giving here, that you can observe. On the Z position, giving again to 0.2. You want to increase the y direction, you can increase, and I want to increase the x direction to, here you can see 2.2, and you can observe the slab. Some of the slab part is completed. Then after I want to extrude this face by clicking on the Z wireframe mode and select the object mode and select the cube. Before go on to the, after clicking on the wireframe, edit mode, and select this vertices. By pressing on the shift key, then after extruded this by using the extrude E, and by using the axis y direction or x axis and giving some more distance like this, and go on to the object mode here and go on to the solid by pressing on the Z key. Here you can observe it is created. If you go on to the edit mode, this loop cut is created like this. You can create. Here I want to increase this edge of the slab also on this top of the 2 meter cube also. I want to increase this first. Then after select the object and go into the edit mode, and for to create the loop cut, control R and press on the left mouse key, and you can adjust this to some distance as your wish. I am creating the loop cut here. And after it is possible to extrude this face, and after I am selecting the object mode top slab and create the edit mode and go into the Z wireframe 4 and select these faces. I want to creating the only vertices. You can observe. Again I want to extrude these to some more distance like this, and you can observe the slab is created, and go into the Z solid and observe the total slab part is completed successfully. Then after I want to create it on the top first floor. I want to create here. You can observe the slab and go into the object mode here and select these objects, total objects, by pressing on the shift key and give the shift D, or you can click on the right click. You can observe the duplicate objects and duplicate this and click on the G and click on the Z using the control option. You can do like this. For example, you can observe the top is created by using the duplicate objects, and go into the one. Observe you can also adjust by selecting these, clicking on the G and the Z, and adjust by using the Z and the wireframe mode. You can observe. Want to adjust this somewhat, you can adjust this by using the and go on to the Z and go on to the solid again, and you can create this successfully. You can observe on the top slab the floor is created. And after I want to give the here some of the modeling part here. Next, same the cursor is already here. You can see it is created, and go on to the slab and again give the duplicate objects. It is moving anywhere you want by pressing on the G and the Z key. Place this like this. Then after adjust by using the XY axis on views. For example, I am giving the 3, the side view. I am selecting the Z and go into the wireframe and go into the select this, or you can also on the solid mode also you can move this by using the G and the X Z key. By using the control, it is adjust on the top. By using the G, using the X or Y, and it will be adjust the slab. finishing of slab like this. Here also you can create like this. It is created slab, and observe. Then after I want to create the end prerequisite part. To create this by using here also the cursor is selected. Only on that cursor I want to create a cube here. Go into the shift A on the object mode, give the cube and adjust the cube again by pressing on the 1, and go into the edit mode and select the vertex and G, again Z by using the control, snap it. Again go into the object mode, select the object G, X, clicking on the 1 key, and adjust like this by pressing on the cube. Can adjust the dimension here on the preview. Can observe I am giving these two x-axis to 0.2. I want to create this y to z to y 4 meter, 4 meter 4. See it is associated. Want to move this by clicking on the G on the X key. Can move this part, and I want to extrude this face by going to the wireframe and select the object, select the edit, and select the vertices. Give the extrude option by using the control. You snap it here and go into the chat, into the solid mode, and observe it is successfully created. You can also decrease this length. For example, go to the select the object mode and select the slab again, and go into the Z edit mode. Select all of the vertices here, pressing on the shift key. Simply extruded this somewhat, and observe like this. You can give the extrude and go into the jet and go into the solid. Pressing on the X key, object mode, select this. By using the reduces to, I want to reduce to 3.8 for example. It is reduced. You can observe like this. You can on the y-axis reduces like this by using the part. Then after go into the, for example, material preview here, go into the tool, the X-ray, and observe on the glasses and window. Ground floor and the first floor is successfully created. Like this you can create. Go into the solid and go into the tool option, X-ray mode. You can observe the inside view of the halo shape. Like this floor is created. I want to create here one of the door and one of the similar to panel window I want to create, and go into the solid tool, the X-ray, and I want to remove the face by selecting the object and go into the edit mode. I want to remove the face by selecting the face option and select the face by pressing the X key or delete key and select the face. I want to create here, I want to create a one of the door here. For this I want to create the edge. For example, I am selecting the object mode and go into the edit mode and select the edge of this and go into the shift S and cursor to selected. The cursor is here, and I want to create the object mode and go into the shift A go into the mesh, and I want to go into the ArchiMesh. Already explained how to import this add-on, and you can observe the door. Here, after creating the door, go into the create option, give the rotation to 90°. After giving the 90°, you can observe the 1.0, 0.8 and 2. I want to give to 2.0 the height of the frame, and go into the model 04 or model 05, and go into the handle. I want to create the handle 03. This is the custom dimensions I created. Then after I want to go into the one, the door is on the exact position. Can also move inside by pressing on the one key. Select the door. Here you can select the door group. Select the G option. Go into the X key. As you can create, and you can observe the door is created. I want to move this door to the end, and go into the door group. Select the door group, and click on the Z and click on the X key, Z key. You can observe by using the Y, you can adjust this to the panel window. This panel window, the door is exactly there. And again, I want to go into the object mode. Here on the select cursor, I want to give the shift A key and go into the ArchiMesh. Here I want to give the panel window and give the panel window rotation to 90°. After creating this, give the window group, select the window group and G, pressing on the. And after, you can observe this is the panel window. How to give the dimensions already explained in previous tutorial. You can observe I am giving the 93 here, 110, 80. Tick the marks or to without the difference of the panel window. Here the door is created. You can observe onto the edge. You want to create the panel window with detailed explanation. You can check out the previous tutorial. You can observe, use the interface and go into the X-ray option, save this file, and you can observe the after saving you can observe the inside view of the object by tool the X-ray option. Here like this you can create, and want to go on to the tool X-ray and go into the material preview. You can observe is the material preview mode. You can observe the glasses and how to give the materials and how to assign the properties. I will explain in the next tutorials. And you can observe we created the ground floor first tutorial. On second tutorial we created the top slab for to develop the first floor, and after we developed the duplicate the object similar to the reference floor we created on the first floor. Then after we created some of the lobby area. For this it is looking like a modern house. You can observe this is the basic tutorials for the beginners. I explained some of the examples. I will see you in my next tutorial.
Then after, I want to create a plane on the bottom for to create the pool and the grass. For this I want to go on to the edit mode. Here you can observe on the edit mode. Before going to the edit mode, go into the object mode and select the cube and go into the edit mode. Here you can observe the edges. Here I am selecting the edges by selecting on the edge select. After that I'm using the Shift S cursor to selected, and go into the object mode and Shift A, give the plane exactly on the bottom. One of the plane is created. I want to scale this plane for to like some distance. Then after I want to go into the wireframe mode and give the save option and Z and the wireframe, give the 7 on the top view. By going to the edit mode, select the vertices and select these vertices and G and press on X. For to reduce the size, I want to reduce here also by pressing the G and the Y key, and you can see I want to G X on other side. To here I want to select this, I want to G and the Y like this, give like this, and go into the again object mode and Z and solid mode. You can observe the plane is created. I want to extrude this plane by selecting the object and go into the edit and select the face option and E, extrude these to some distance like this. You can give the extrude option. Give some of the distance to extrude this. Then after I am saving the file, you can observe, and this is the bottom plane is created successfully. Then after I want to create the pool. By this I want to select the object, bottom object, and go into the edit mode here, and by pressing the Ctrl R, give the loop cuts for to create the pool, and again Ctrl R, create this for to create the pool. And then after I want to create the another loop cut here, R, Ctrl R, and move this object like this for some distance, and again Ctrl R and give some of the distance, and again Ctrl R, give some of the distance. Here I want to create a pool. Then after I want to go into the face and extrude by saving this and extrude these to bottom. Then after I want to create a plane here by selecting the object mode and go into the edit mode and select the edge, select this edge and Shift S cursor to selected. You can see the 3D cursor is off on this 3D cursor. Here you can observe the cursor is there. And after I want to go on to the object mode here, I want to create a plane and go into the Z and the wireframe or solid by using the 7 key. I want to scale this on Y and S again. I want to Y, scale this in G and X, Y, and go into the edit mode. Here you can observe the vertices, select the vertices in G and the Y key to give some of the distance. Again select these of the vertices in G and the X key or like this, and again select the other side and the G and the X onto the other side like this, and go into the object mode and the Z and the solid. You can observe here some at the top. I want to move this by clicking on the Z axis to some of the bottom Before that, I want to create a object mode, Control A, and scale this, because we want to create a properties here. You can observe the plane is created onto the exactly. You can see on the wireframe or the halo position, you can see here the plane is there. After that, I want to create a water properties to this plane. And how to do this, and go into the add modifier by selecting this, and displace. You can see for to displace this, it is move on to the top. I want to create a 0 exact position what we created before. After the displace position, go into the plane of properties. You can texture properties and go into the new and give the clouds here, and you can also adjust the size and the nabia, but this remains like this only. And you can observe we created the clouds and the modifier displays. After the modifier displays, select the object and go into the edit mode, and right click, subdivide this up to 5, and observe, go into the object mode, edit mode. You can observe, select the face option and subdivide this to 5, and also increase to 6, like this. After subdivide this, go into the object mode. You can observe the little bit bump is created. You want to increase that and go into the add modifier, and you can observe the strength. If you increase the strength, the bumps will create. You can observe the water type of bump is created. And after selecting this, give the shade smooth. You can observe it's like a water. And go into strength, increase to strength to 0.5, and you can observe the file and go into the save and go into the we are not created this camera and the light. I want to create the camera by using the object mode only, and go into the object mode and shift A. I want one sunlight is required for to visible onto the shader, and the G and the X, and after that I want to focus on this and go into the shader. You can observe, and go into the G and the X Y position for to create the shadow. Like this, it is creating, shadows are created. And after I want to give, you can observe that I will show the then after give the material to this. For example, I will show the material later. First the bump is created, you can observe. Then after I go into the file, save option, and then after I want to create the grass here for to this. After I want to create a grass. For this I want to select the object and go into the edit mode. For this I want to separate the all of the planes on the object. how to do this by using the Control R key and give the loops how much of the grass area you want. For example, remaining this area I want the grass except the building area and the pool area, and again I want to create the Control R here and drag like this to create the grass here also, on to exert onto the boundaries. I'm going to this file save, and you can observe the here it is okay. Then after I want to create a grass here. How to do this? And go into the selection object mode and go into the edit mode again by selecting the object. Select the faces by clicking on the shift key where of the area you want for to create the grass, and select the by using the shift key. You can observe like this. I want here onto the boundaries by clicking on the P. Separate this by clicking on the P option and selection, and it is converted into the one plane. You can see after that I want to go on to the option here onto the, you can see this is the particle properties, and click on the plus option and give the hair and give the mirror to Z global for to rotate this onto the top. After that you want to decrease the size to 0.5 or 0.4 example for the height like this. I'm clicking on the save option and give the, then after click the advanced option here. After clicking on the advanced option, and you can observe the physics here, go into the physics and give the Brownian. You can observe this like this, and give the drag option and give the damps for to increase the damps or decrease this. Like this you can create the grass for the hair. And after go into the forces onto the physics, close this and give the hair shape here. Again I'm zooming this, give the hair shape of diameter and the tip, and you can increase the close tip also by using the hair shape, and give the value to 5000 for example. You can see onto the shader option. I will show you here on the shader. The grass is looking like this, on the shadows also there. I want to increase this to 50,000 for example. How it look like? See, the thick type of grass is created onto the end of this, and go into the, you can see this the grass is created. Then after file and save this. This is the option to create the grass here. Then after I want to create a material properties to the all of the objects. To give the materials to this, first I go with the grass, and after the creating the grass I want to give the material, give the new material and give the color to green. You can see, give the new material base color green. You can also dark this, but darkness, give this some darkness here like this. Control S, file, save, and give the principal BHDF, and base color give the green color, and give the somewhat darkish color to this. And you can observe the grass is created in the shaded mode. It is looking like a grass. You can observe how the shadows are there. So to create the grass, this is the method. To the sunlight is there, I want to go into the shift A and shift D for to duplicate the sunlight here. I want to here also. By clicking on the G and the X key, Y, you can observe. For to increase the depth of field, for to brighten the dark brightness, you can also give like this. Like this, adjust the brightness by giving the sunlight. You can see the model is looking very nice. Then after, I want to create a pool color. You can see this is the pool. I want to create the new material here. I want to create the base color to blue. See, it is look like a water. The shadows are also there, and give the principal BSDF to emission, and give the base color to blue here. You can also give like this without giving the emission also. It is okay. You can see on the principal BSDF, and give the metallic color, somewhat increase the metallic, or you can give the principal to gloss BSDF and give the color to blue color. Now I want to create a grass. For this I want to select the object and go into the edit mode. For this I want to separate the all of the planes on the object. How to do this? By using the Control R key and give the loops how much of the grass area you want. For example, remaining this area I want the grass except the building area and the pool area. And again I want to create the Control R here and drag like this to create the grass here also, on to exert onto the boundaries, and go into the file save, and you can observe the here it is okay. Then after I want to create a grass here. How to do this? And go into the selection object mode and go into the edit mode again by selecting the object. Select the faces by clicking on the shift key where of the area you want for to create the grass, and select the by using the shift key. You can observe like this. I want here onto the boundaries by clicking on the P. Separate this by clicking on the P option and selection, and it is converted into the one plane. You can see after that I want to go on to the option here onto the, you can see this is the particle properties, and click on the plus option and give the hair and give the mirror to Z global for to rotate this onto the top. After that you want to decrease the size to 0.5 or 0.4 example for the height like this. I'm clicking on the save option and give the, then after click the advanced option here. After clicking on the advanced option, and you can observe the physics here, go on to the physics and give the Brownian. You can observe this like this and give the drag option and give the damps for to increase the damps or decrease this. Like this you can create the grass for the hair. And after go into the forces, onto the physics, close this and give the hair shape here. Again I'm zooming this, give the hair shape of diameter and the tip, and you can increase the close tip also by using the hair shape, and give the value to 5000 for example. You can see onto the shader option. I will show you here on the shader. The grass is looking like this, on the shadows also there. I want to increase this to 50,000 for example. How it look like, see the thick type of grass is created onto the end of this, and go on to the, you can see this thick grass is created. Then after file and save this. This is the option to create the grass here. Then after I want to create a material properties to the all of the objects. To give the materials to this, first I go with the grass, and after the creating the grass I want to give the material, give the new material and give the color to green. You can see, give the new material base color green. You can also dark this, but darkness, give this some darkness here like this. Control S, file, save, and give the principal BSDF and base color, give the green color and give the somewhat darkish color to this. And you can observe the grass is created, and the shader mode it is looking like a grass. You can observe how the shadows are there. So to create the grass, this is the method. To the sunlight is there, I want to go into the shift A and shift D for to duplicate the sunlight here. I want to here also by clicking on the G and the X key or Y. You can observe. For to increase the depth of field, for to brighten the dark brightness, you can also give like this. Like this, adjust the brightness by giving the sunlight. You can see the model is looking very nice. Then after I want to create a pool color. You can see this is the pool. I want to create the new material here. I want to create the base color to blue. See, it is look like a water. The shadows are also there, and give the principal BSDF to emission and give the base color to blue here. You can also give like this without giving the emission also, it is okay. You can see on the principal BSDF and give the metallic color, somewhat increase the metallic, or you can give the principal to gloss BSDF and give the color to blue color. For this I want to create a water. Here you can observe the plane 001. Selecting the new material here and select the base color blue. On principal BSDF, increase the metallic property to somewhat 0.345 and decrease the roughness value to somewhat darker. You can also increase you can see it look like a water property. But to increase the bump levels, you can also increase by going to the add modifier and give the strength to this to create the 0.55 to this to create a water material. Like this it is created. The shadows are also looking good. Then after I want to create a bottom color, give the material, again material properties all around the material only, and go on to the new and give the base color to somewhat darker to blackish and increase the thickness. Like this you can also give the other color. Decrease the white and give the somewhat brown and give the lightish color to this. This you can create. I want to create the color somewhat darkish. Go like this and you can observe this is fine. And after Control S, save the property. Then after you can give the material to metallic and increase the roughness values to this. For to look good, you can see, and the grass part is also looking good. Then after I want to give the material onto the top by selecting the object and give the new material. Only here I want to give the only white on principal BSDF and create the material to this and select the material and give the material white material. You can also give the object new. For to increase the color you can observe I am creating here pure white and increase the white color to this and select the slab and give the base color somewhat darker. You can observe here also I want this material and give the same material to this. Like this you can give the material. You can also give the slab color to different color. It is created. Then after I want to give the all of these to material white. Select this and give the material and select this and give the material white material and select this also and give the material 005. See, it is created. And after I want to create the object, give the material here also white, then click on the save option. Then after the windows is created, you can observe I want to highlight the windows also. For this, by selecting the windows here and select all of this. You can also check the properties, all are assigned or not. I am selecting this window. For example, I want to go on to the glossy shaded, diffuse shaded to principal BHDF. Give the base color to somewhat darker. You can observe I'm selecting this only white. Here I am increasing the value to this, and then after I want to the metallic. I want to create the metallic here. Increase the metallic property and decrease the roughness somewhat, and again go on to the base color and give somewhat lightest light color to the metallic properties, and you can observe this and go on to the first window and click on the save option. And after this I want to go to the edit mode and select the face and clicking on the P, selection P, and separate this. After separate this and go into the object mode again, select this and give the new material. Already the existing material, how to change this on the shader, you can observe the preview here. This is a glass object here. I want to go on to the emission here, emission, and give the color to increase the color, and go on to the Eevee properties for the rendering and ambient occlusion on, bloom effect, and screen space reflections, and you can observe the screen space reflections. And once again save the file and give the shadows to 2048 px pixels, and then after again go on to the material. Here I want to increase the strength value. You can observe here I am increasing the strength, decrease the color somewhat yellowish, and give the strength somewhat increase this. Here we added the metallic property, then only the emission is looking very nice. Here you can observe, here also I want the material to metallic to increase the metallic, somewhat increase the metallic property, and give the roughness to lower to this, and here I want to reduce the roughness value, decrease the roughness value, can increase the shadow level more, and increase the to 0.3 something, Here also increase the 0 point key roughness. You can observe the shadow on the emission. You can also give the emitted part or to decrease the level of brightness, to increase the strength through 3.0. It's look good. You can observe it is as a natural light. Then after the simple type of rendering on the Eevee it is created, you can observe on the water also it is highlighted, and of the view and decrease to 2.5 for example. Here you can give the spotlights also. Will show you function. After you can also give the spotlights onto the top, how I will show you, and go into the solid mode, and you can observe I am selecting the on this all the on show over layers and the show this, and go into the edit mode. Here you can observe here one of the edge is showing, and select the edge and the shift S cursor to select it. The cursor is there. Here you can observe here I want to create the shift A, and go into the mesh and give the cylinder here, and I want to scale this cylinder to somewhat distance small, and after I want to G and press on X and move the object, and after that select the object and go into the edit mode, select the face and go into the eye option, insert this and give the eye extrude inside some of the distance, and scale the property again, scale the object by on the object and scale like this on the G and the Z, and clicking on the Z and the wireframe, clicking on the 7 on the top view, G X onto the H, the G X Y onto the H, and again shift D. That's here, give the option. You can see the shift D X. Here I want. Again select this by using on the shift D on the Y position on here, and go into the edit mode, go into the solid again. You can observe, you can also reduce the sizes on the Z axis. Again pressing on the G and the Z. Here I want to create the 4-point lights, and select the edit mode and select the face option, selecting the object modes, select the face, and I want to create the object mode, Ctrl Z, solid. I'm selecting the face, go into the edit mode and shift S cursor to select it. The cursor is there. Here I want to create a light by pressing on the shift A, give the point light, give the shader view. You can observe the point light is visible by pressing on the G, the X key, E, T, properties somewhat here and give the radius, decrease the radius property and increase the power to 32 watts. Here same like that, go on to the Z wireframe mode and give the 7 key by selecting the object, go on to the 7 and keep move objects by pressing on the Shift D in the X or Y where you want give like this. Again select this by pressing on the Shift and Shift D, again on the X direction, go on to the other side and go on to the mode. Shader mode, you can observe on the shader we created the 4 lights on the top, how it is looking. You can also decrease the power value and increase the different light also, like blue color. Selecting the lights by pressing on the Shift, can give the different color like blue and white. Like this you can create the top lights also. You can also give the lights on all sides where you want. And go on to the assessing the total object, go on to the Shift D here. You can give the light here, you can observe this is the light. And go on to the G option, you can also give here by selecting the G and the X key like this. You can also decrease the scale as pressing on the 2 objects, clicking on the G and the X and Z position, give somewhat distance. Like this you can give the lights and off the layer properties. You can observe the light effects here also you can give. Here now I am deleting this. Can also give the light, for example I'm selecting the 2 lights, 1 and 2 and Shift D and give on to the position like this on the other side and rotate this by pressing on the Z. Y or Z position. This and select this and clicking on the G and the one you can observe on G, keep it here. X, Y, Z option, G, X, G, Y. You can see here also you can give the light, give the G, X, you can see the G and the X position on Z position, give onto the top of this. For example, I want to create the G, selecting the shift key, and the G, the X, can create like this. And I want to insert inside, for example, onto the bottom. You can give by using the Z key. You can also reach to bottom. And I want to go into the shift D and select the X on the Y position, give here, and give the shift D on the X position here, and on the shift D on the X position here also. Give the by selecting the shift, selecting this also, give the shift D and give the Y position here and place it here also. By using the shift D, shift select this and shift D, press on the X direction, give the light here, the shift D, press on the X or Y direction, give the light here also. To focus this, go into the G, the X axis, give like this. And shift D and give the X Y axis and place it here also. And give the can also give on the other side, selecting this, cylinder, and select the point light, file and the save option here. Again, I want to create the light on the other side also. For example, I want to select this and select the point light, go on to the shift D and the X Y position, give the light here also, and go into the shift D on the X. I want the light Here also can observe how it is looking, and again I want the light onto the shifty and go into the axis, y-axis, and leave the light on inside of the grass. Like this you can create the modern house in Blender. It is looking nice. You can see. Want to decrease the emission rate by selecting the glass option and leave the emission to somewhat lighter. Give the decrease value to 2.0 and give the emission value to increase the emission rate like this. 2.0 is enough for this. Like this you can create the models in Blender. The grass is looking very nice. You can observe we created in the metallic. The water shading also can highlight it here. You can observe on the top the lights are there. Like this you can create the objects in Blender. Thereafter want to create a camera for this. You can observe here no camera view, camera is not there. Again we want to create a camera, shift here and select the camera light. You can observe on bottom the camera is there. After selecting the camera, press on the G option, move the camera to the required position and scale the camera by pressing on the S and the 0. You can observe I am selecting the G option here. Again scale the camera, pressing on the 0 and scale the camera somewhat larger and move this camera to on the y-axis. Again S and give the position to camera like this and leave the G option and give the 0. Here it is fine and go into the G option here. Now it is okay. I'm offing the overlays. The camera is looking or not, you can observe. Pressing on the 0 option and you want to again adjust the camera G. File, once again save the file. Again G option and decrease or increase the scale and press the 0 option here. The house is looking nice and go into the camera view and select the camera and pressing on the G. On the R rotation pressing on the 0 on the G, position this to center. Now it is okay. after 0 and go into the Eevee. You can observe the Eevee render here 64 and the viewport is 16 on the all of the screen space reflections, and give the high bit depth you want. Does not run high bit depth of this, and off the overlays and the show all cursors, off the all cursors. Then after give the shift on the viewport render image. It is on rendering on the Eevee. You can observe on the Eevee render it is like this. You can observe. You can also move by pressing this. And you want to give the cycles option, give the render engine and go into the cycles. Here select the GPU compute. After the GPU compute, you can render the image in cycles. Also here I am going to the Eevee option. It takes time. Cycles, you can realistic you want, go on to the cycles. Here now I will render the image in Eevee only. You can see on Eevee also you can create the render in realistic way. You can observe how the grass looks, how the light effects and how the shadows. This is the one of the basic method for to create a modern villas in Blender. You can see on the low poly model is created. This is enough. You can see the door is also rendered good. Yeah.